Hello everyone, hope everybody's doing great today. I appreciate those who watch this video. Today we're going to talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger movie from the 80s that I think everybody forgets. When this movie came out, I don't think anybody talked about this. I mean, I didn't even see it back in the 80s. And, that's when Schwarzenegger's heyday was. Like, I've seen like all of Schwarzenegger 80s movies, but this one. So I think it's one of those unknown, untalkable Schwarzenegger movies. So I'm talking about Raw Deal. If you are somebody who grew up in the 80s like I did you ever watch Raw Deal? This is like one of those Schwarzenegger movies that nobody talks about. When you talk about Schwarzenegger, it's usually Conan, Terminator, Total Recall, Total Lies, Predator. Every once in a while, somebody talk about Commando. You got Running Man. So you got a lot of great movies of Schwarzenegger back in the 80s. And I think this is one of those that goes under the radar and nobody talks about. And there's a good reason why. This is not a very good movie. I would recommend this one with caution. Unless you're like somebody who just wants to watch all your Schwarzenegger movies. Get to know who he is. You know, you're like, man, Schwarzenegger, I love that guy. I got to watch all his movies. Maybe then I would recommend this movie to you. But I recommend this caution. Raw Deal is not very good. I guess it fits his name, right? It's a raw deal. But I stuck with it. I watched the hour and a half, 2 hours of this. And it was, it was a journey. So let's talk about, first of all, if you've never seen Raw Deal, don't know what it's about. Schwarzenegger is kind of like a disgraced FBI agent. He kind of got set up, kicked out of the agency, and now he is a sheriff out of town, at a small town. He has a wife who hates it. She wants to be back in the big city. She doesn't like the small town life. So their marriage is kind of on the rocks at the beginning of this. And she's probably in the first 10 minutes of this movie. It kind of like the relationship between the wife and the husband. Kind of remind me a little bit of True Lies. Only in this case, the wife knew that her husband was an agent. But that's the only part really, because she's only in it for the first 10 minutes, and then she's not in it for the rest of the movie. Just no other scenes. Anyways, go back to what the plot is. Well, Schwarzenegger, he's a sheriff, and we have this gang, this mafia. They're killing everybody in the protection witness program, and they're trying to find a leak. So one of Schwarzenegger's old buddies in the agency asked him to go undercover, and that it will be kind of like off the books, so that nobody can leak this information out. And so he kind of joins the mafia, gets in the ranks, and does some investigating, and then eventually, spoiler alert, destroys the mafia. The action scenes in this, Schwarzenegger usually has some great action scenes. Things about Schwarzenegger movies, got great action scenes and great one-liners. This movie has neither. Yeah, there are okay action scenes, and the one-liners are none. And I don't even think he says, "I'll be back." I don't remember him saying his catchphrase in this one. So, I don't know. Because every Schwarzenegger movie, especially in the 80s, "I'll be back." I don't remember hearing in this movie. Maybe it was one of those times where I was daydreaming, because it was kind of hard to stay focused on this movie. But yeah, I don't think he says "I'll be back" in this one. I could be wrong. I'll have to do, no, I'm not going to rewatch this one. It's not good enough to rewatch. I got other stuff to do. But yeah, the action scenes, you got a good fighting scene in a shopping center. You got still some people through some windows. You got a weird car chase scene, where he's in like a gravel pit. I'm going to say it's a gravel pit. And that's weird. I love it where like he has a machine gun and a guy's like 500 yards from him, and the guy can't hit him. I think he has a shotgun, and Schwarzenegger has a machine gun, which machine guns aren't really known for their accuracy. And he's like killing people like half a mile away with this machine gun. So you got kind of ridiculous stuff like that. And the one-liners, everything's flat about this. Even the storyline, you got some good actors in this, in this movie. Is it Henry Cavill? I think the guy from Goonies. I always say Goonies, but he's always the bad guy. One thing I love about the 80s is actors are typecast. If they play a bad guy in one movie, most likely every movie they're in are like the same character playing. They're like a bad guy in every movie, and it's like the same type of bad guy. Yeah, I think it's Henry Cavill, right? I could be wrong. But he's in it. He's good. It's the brother from the Goonies, the handsome one, not the bald-headed one. I'm sorry. If you're bald-headed, you're still handsome, but it's the guy with the black hair. I don't know where I was going with that one. Sorry. Anyways, let's get back onto this. Yeah, so like this review, I like Raw Deal. If you don't like this review, you're not going to like Raw Deal. So this will recommend with caution. Like I said, it's one of those Schwarzenegger movies from the 80s that's under the radar. I don't know how well it did in the box office, but it's not a very good movie. It's kind of sandwiched in between, I believe, Predator and Running Man. I think it's in between those two. Or maybe Commando and Running Man. It's like in that time period. It came out in like 86, 87. Another one that's kind of under the radar that I actually did enjoy in the 80s was Red Heat with him and James Belushi. I thought that was pretty good. Anyways, that's my take on Raw Deal. Thank you for sticking through this review. Sure, it was rough. This how you see, it was rough. This how rough it was for me to go through Raw Deal. When I do these reviews, I kind of give you the same feeling of what I go through the reviews. If it's a bad movie, I give you a bad review type thing, so you know how bad the movie is. If it's a good review, I give you a good review. I like an entertaining review, right? Yep. Anyways, have a great day. Bye.